city came through and basically stole a whole bunch of people's belongings. Were you one of them?
I was one of them.
What did
I
they
was one of
take?
them. I had a Rubbermaid bin full of my family photo albums that were taken, and I didn't want them taken. My other tent was taken. In the background, there's another tent that I had to purchase out of my own money. And within another Rubbermaid bin that was taken was my wallet with money in it. So, I mean, I've lost pretty much everything.
And this happened right in the middle of the month. What does the timing mean? What happens when something like this happens?
It usually happens right when people are broken, right when people have nothing.
Which is the middle of the month.
Where people need their tent, need somewhere to lay their head, and are just tired. And
So David Oakes, who's the CAO of the City of St. Catharines, the Chief Administrative Officer, said that everybody whose belongings were stolen had a place, had a shelter to go to. Is that true?
yes, that is true to a point. But if you're like me and you're not allowed in Welland by law, there was no option for me because there was nothing open in St. Catharines. And I'm not allowed, I'm not allowed at Southridge either. So I've only got one shelter I can go to, and that is the YWCA in St. Catharines. I'm not even allowed at the one in the Falls. No.
Have you ever talked to, other than like Masso and Start Me Up, have you ever talked to someone from the city about them cleaning out the situation, or do they just come, take your stuff, and leave?
They just come, take our stuff, and go. And when they're here, they're laughing about it.
Who's laughing?
The city workers, the people that were here on Wednesday, the cleanup crew, as they called them, were laughing about it and making fun of us. The one city worker who's of darker skin was talking in his language, and I could understand fully what he was saying in patois, and he was being quite rude about the homeless people.
Do you know what he was saying, vaguely, roughly?
They should just get rid of all these people. They should just line them all up and kill them. We have less problems with them then.
And that was one of the private contractors by
Yeah,
the city?
yeah.
What is your experience with Masso?
Not very good.
Why?
Not very good. I talked to Masso when they first started on these streets, along with many other people, and have been struggling to try to find housing with them since. And it seems like in the same week, I watched about 50 guys talk to them about housing, and like more than 20 men got housed in a week. No women.
How long have you been on the housing wait list?
Oh God, years.
Have they given you an idea of how long it might take?
No.
So you're not sure how long it'll be until you have a
I am
housing?
unsure of anything, and I can't pass a credit check because my husband passed away, and I'm over $100,000 in debt because you assume your partner's debt when they pass. So I assumed his $180,000 debt, and now I can't even pass a credit check to get an apartment. I'm on ODSP.
And is that enough for rent in St. Catharines?
No.
No.
It's my rent or my food.
Yeah, exactly.
I starve to death or I have a roof over my head.
How has the pandemic impacted your life over the last 2.5 years?
Greatly. We haven't been able to use the services that we needed to, like food, such as food. There was, until they really figured out a routine to bring stuff out to us on the street, to come to us, a lot of us went a week, sometimes weeks without eating, just like little tidbits here and there, and it wasn't enough. People were getting sick, not from the COVID-19. A lot of us were getting sick because we had lack of nutrition, lack of fluids, lack of vitamins, and any of it. It impacted a lot of us greatly. I ended up in the hospital 3 times.
From
lack of nutrition. And
Cheryl, can you tell me about why you set up your camp specifically out in front of Start Me Up?
I set it up because I have a lot of problems with my legs and my back and stuff, and the services I need are directly across the road, which is not far from me. Rather than being halfway across town or outside of town, it's just not feasible for me. Everything I have is right here in one central location.
Right, and as opposed to walking or having to pay for a bus, you're right here, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel a sense of community? Like you don't want to go too far. Why do you not want to go far?
All my resources are here.
All your resources and all your friends, right?
Yeah.
Your family.
Yeah.
Right? The mayor of St. Catharines, if Jim Bradley from the Niagara region, if the CAO of St. Catharines were watching this, what message would you have for these individuals?
If they want to tear us down, find a spot where we can all be at the same time that's not too far away, that is going to be copacetic with them and copacetic with us. Stop taking our stuff. We're tired of replacing it.